What's up, YouTube? This is Colton from Mega North. I just wanted to share some replays with you. I did some battles on ladder, pushed to 4996, which right now, how early we are in the season, that puts me first in the clan, which I don't get that often because we have some very talented people. But that also puts me, players, local, puts me 39th in Canada right now. I just want to share a few replays. I won some, I lost some, but I did get this high, which I'm pretty happy with. So I'll share some replays for anyone who wants to use my deck, and I'll try to explain my thought process as I go through the replays. I think the last one I finished off with was that Golem one. So how about I just start off with this one? I'm not 100% sure which replay this is, but I'll try to explain my thought process with my deck as I go. So yeah, I have 4 or 5 replays I want to share. I like to do Princess at the Bridge, just makes them react, and then I can counter a number of ways. I decided to do Sparky here, which is a little risky, because he zaps me. It turns out to be a pretty big mistake, actually. I probably shouldn't have played Sparky there. It was a very bad start to the match. Caught me off guard, but it is what it is. You never give up, and you just try to recover from your mistakes earlier in the match. So this one, my Fire Spirits didn't take out the archers as fast as I would have liked, so I got a whole whopping load of nothing there. But it is what it is. You know what? I'm going through a lot of replays, so I think I'm just going to go 2 times and try to explain. I love Princess at the Bridge. It's just easy chip damage. Here I do a little bit of a better job. I make him spend a lot of elixir here, and he misplaces his Inferno, which is a big deal. I knew he was low on elixir. That's the only reason I played that hog, and it worked out because he managed to place his Inferno a little late, and as you can see, he's pretty sad about it. He has the log, but I got the tornado, and I have normal goblins, which aren't zappable, so I want to make sure there's pressure on the other lane, so he's spending cards in the opposite lane. So when I have the lead like this, if I just defend, he'd probably just be able to finish off my tower in time. Now I tornadoed, so if he did zap offensively there, he wouldn't have gotten very much done there. So that worked out. He said well played, which is nice. Shout out to John SLH. Won't talk about that one or that one. I did go on a tilt. Yeah. Jirag passed me. Jiragi passed me, so I had to reclaim my throne. So, again, Princess right now is kind of just chip damage until I know what his deck is. Could use it in other aspects later. I love 2 goblins like this. If ignored, they do like 200 or 300 damage. People think, 2 goblins, no big deal, but actually they do quite a bit of work here. I placed down the Fire Spirits just after the Princess shoots, because I didn't have another card in rotation that I really wanted to necessarily use. I didn't want to use my gang yet. I do a little bit of a bad tornado. Oh no, I do a decent tornado here. Brings everything within range of Sparky, but then I know I can't leave those goblins alone, so I do give them a little bit of a zap. I didn't want to go all in here, because I knew I was going to drop Fire Spirits behind, but with how low I would have been on Elixir, I think he would have done a good counter push, and it would have been trouble for me. So I decided to just leave that Sparky alone. So I still get a swing off here and take out one of the Barbarians. I could wait and do Fire Spirits, but I like to do my Princess. It usually gets out a Fireball or something, which I'm fine with, especially if my Princess gets a couple shots off. I love tornadoing in the center with Hog, especially if it makes if they're logging right behind their Hog and you can tornado into the center, and then put like goblins and stuff in the center, then it works out great. because it'll avoid the log, and then you have a counter push with your goblins that you can throw a hog with. I took a little bit of a risk there. I thought he was going to zap me or something, but he didn't, and my fire spirits combined with my zap will take out barbarians, and I know that, so it worked out good. I think this is where I do a pretty poor tornado. I don't know what I was thinking, so I just put down my gang. Yeah, so it's a pretty good lead so far. I just want to keep the pressure up, make them keep playing cards here. Those barbarians down, so they're not really too much of a threat yet. Yeah, I do a tornado again. Activate the tower. This is where I do my fire spirits just to help take out those. So I do my goblins, and then I pair my my princess and zap, and then I got my tornado as well. So he gives a well played. So I'll give a shout out to Silly Willy. Silly Willy. So good manners there. I usually mute, so I don't see it a lot of the time. So like me watching it right now, it's usually the first time I've actually seen what they say. Furnace is a little bit of a bitch to play, but it is what it is. I sometimes like to do a naked hog right off the bat, just to see what they have. I decided I'm probably going to zap those minions anyway, so I may as well get the furnace in there as well. Right, I was going to go 2 times. So princess at the bridge. So I know a hog is probably coming here. I don't know if I do it the best, but it worked out. The archers ended up getting some damage there, but then I have a decent counter push here. I decided to do a zap on the tower just to make it target the hog, so that my spear goblins all make sure they get as much damage as possible. So I got my tornado. Right when he zapped my king tower, I figured he gave up, so I just started spamming my troops, and that's exactly what happened. He decided to just say it's over, so I kind of drop all my cards. Give him a well played. That wasn't sarcastic. I like to try to be nice to everybody, but unless they BM me. So shout out to Abu Raised. So I draw a cigar. Tinian. This was a good match. This was kind of like a game of chess. There's a lot of fast cycle decks going on right now, so my Sparky's not getting as much use. I'm using my Sparky a lot less in this meta, but it's really great when you face a Golem or a P.E.K.K.A. Or even a Knight at the back. That's kind of what I like to use Sparky on. Like he dropped a Knight at the back, so this time I decided to drop my Sparky at the back. My Sparky costs 6, his Knight costs 3, therefore my Sparky now costs 3. That's the way I kind of look at it. And now it costs even less because he fireballed as well. I don't think I get a good push here because he has a well-timed log. So that tornado did some serious work, and I don't have anything I can pair it with. So I don't really get any Sparky damage off necessarily. But I like to do princess. And then I got my tornado as well. Our spirits didn't get the hog as quickly as I would have wanted. Sorry, I'm going to speed it up. I keep going 1 times for some reason. So, as you can see from this match, it just kind of ends up being a little bit of a battle. It's kind of like a cycle battle. But I got my tornado here. Just out of range. I don't know really what I was thinking, but I have a good push here. This is what I want to do. I know he has the log. He has a lot of things here, so yeah, he still got me. So that wasn't very good, but it's the battle of hog and tornadoes here. I pair my hog with all that. That was a really horrible horrible play by me. But this is a close battle. My hog gets a couple swings off there. I get some damage. Too fast to really say what's going on. It's just a really fast one here. But we're both cycling. We're both just trying to get that chip damage for the win. He was going to win there, so I tornadoed back and I put my own hog. He does an aggressive fireball there, and I know he's got to be relatively low on elixir, so I kind of just spam all my stuff and hope for the best, because I knew he was going to cycle back to fireball and finish me off if I didn't. So I needed to play my cards while he took a risk and played his fireball when he didn't necessarily need it. I'll speed it up to 2 times here as well. This time I'm playing a giant player. I do my princess at the bridge. I do a Sparky. This is bad Sparky. I should have done my fire spirits earlier. So good play by him. He does some serious damage there. I know I'm behind on elixir, so this isn't going to work out the way I want. His princess ends up taking out my Sparky. If I had been a little faster, I probably would have been able to keep my Sparky alive and let the hog tank for it. So I activate my king tower there with the tornado. You got to learn that placement. I do my Sparky here. I'm ready for the zap. I decide to do my goblins because they're good at taking out that as well. I do my hog this time. So doing some serious damage. Everything runs in front of my Sparky. Keep my Sparky alive. Turns and does another shot. All I got to do is zap for the finish. So that turned out well. Sparky's pretty good versus giant. Graveyard's sometimes a little bit of a pain with my deck, but this was a pretty good battle from what I remember. I didn't know what to do there at the beginning, so I just put down my goblins, my gang, my princess. Everything does a pretty good job at shutting down his graveyard there. So I don't know what I decided to do a hog goblin push on the other side. It just makes him kind of split up. He has to decide at what to defend, and he only did minions on that side. So I knew my stab goblins were going to get some serious damage off. I got my gang there to take that out. Could have paired it with the hog, but because I'm ahead, I decided to play it carefully. Tornado paired with zap will take that out. But I kind of screwed that whole thing up, and he ends up taking my tower there, but it's alright. You get behind in matches, and you just got to fight your way back. I knew if my princess got a shot off, I'd be pretty darn close to zap. I was actually checking it, and it wasn't quite enough damage to finish off the tower there, so I decided to throw in a hog. I don't do anything else with it, because I just wanted to finish it off. I tornado everything back. He's going really aggressive with all his stuff, but I have a lot of little cheap troops as well. Maybe I'll slow it down a little bit here. I decided to do hog and gang push, which is really hard to stop, especially if you're low on elixir. So I tornado everything back. I take out that tower, and now I just need to stop from the 3 crown. I have zap. I have my princess. I have my gang. I'm just kind of throwing down everything, just stopping his push. So he realizes he made a mistake there. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I think that got me to where I am. So I don't really, I think that was my last replay. I'll double check. But I think that is it. If you guys want me to slow down my replays and explain better and just do a better job explaining more in regular time or in slow motion, let me know. Or if you'd rather see more battles faster, like I did today, let me know. I'll try to do what people seem to like the most. If people would rather see just a whole bunch of battles with my deck to get a better idea of how to use it, or if it's better just to take my time and explain my thought process play by play and actually pause it or not. But I hope you guys liked my replay. I think I'm all done, and I hope you guys liked it. All right, peace.